Starting live. We're live. Okay. And let me just find the new chat. The amount of technical difficulties, guys. Not be this hard. Let's see. All right. I did it public this time, so I'm just waiting for people to show up.
So is it back on the old one now?
Yes. No, we have a new one. I see Paige, I see Annie, I see Wordfall, Peyton. Whew, okay. I didn't lose everyone.
Everyone's coming back. Yay!
Okay, cool.
Oh, the amount of technical difficulties, guys. And are we switching?
Yeah, tell us if we're switching back and forth. I can't
It's
tell.
fixed on my screen.
It's fixed on mine, too. That was weird. I wonder what that was all about.
So was that happening from the very beginning?
No, it wasn't.
No, it started for me after Mandy blinked out for a second.
Yeah, I must have like lost connection for a moment or something. Yeah, because trust me, if I knew that the camera had been on me the whole time, I would not have let that happen.
Wordfall, like how are people saying that's cheating if you're writing notes like in your stuff while you're writing for Nano? Because I kind of will like write little like notes like do this earlier on, but I don't want to go back and edit things. You know what I mean? I don't feel like that's cheating.
Oh, I totally count my notes as the word count. Because mine started off like, because I forgot to I didn't have time to like outline. So I've been outlining my book chapter by chapter, and I count my outline as words because usually I use the outline as like headers because I'm writing nonfiction too. So that's a little different.
Mandy, how is that going writing nonfiction this Nano? Is it like
oh my God, it's so nice because I know the material, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be writing it. So it's honest, like writing has never come so easily because like it's facts. It's not like I have to tell a story. I just have to get it on paper. It's just a matter of figuring out how to say it, like in terms of what order. But I don't know. I'm just so comfortable in the subject area that it's like, oh, da 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 da.
Do you guys want to see something real quick? Do you want to see how beautiful and snowy it is here today?
Yes, please.
I want to show you because it's just so gorgeous. I love the snow. I'm a snow person.
It was flurrying yesterday. It made me mad.
Can you see the snow falling or no?
Oh my God, that's a lot of snow.
Can you see it falling?
Yeah.
I can't.
All right, let me click on this. Greg was outside just, yeah, isn't that fun?
That's awesome.
That's so pretty. Oh, that's like the perfect weather to be writing in.
It is. It's so nice. Like Greg and I this morning, we went and we got like a latte. So I had coffee and it was cold out and now I'm writing. It's like perfect. Yeah, Kim, I've been seeing like on your stories and stuff that you hate snow, but I am like, I am here for the snow. I love the snow.
Kim, don't you like live in like Minnesota or Michigan or something like that?
That'd be a snowy place.
Yeah, that'd be where snow I bet comes all the time.
See, I can't really write when it's hot out though. Like if it's cold out and I can just stay in the house and be cuddly and warm, it's perfect.
The older I get, the more I like am excited for winter time. I used to hate winter, and now I'm like always excited for winter. Even like after Christmas is over, I still like winter. I mean, I hate the cold, but I like being indoors a lot of the time, and so it kind of gives you more of an excuse to stay in and work on your book and stuff. So that's
I'm the same way because when I was in school, I liked summer the most because I didn't have to go to school, and I hated the winter because it was like cold and dark and I had to do homework. But now that I don't have to do that, I love the cold.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'll move further north. That'd be nice.
Summer break for adults, because I don't know about you guys, but right around Christmas, everyone in my work takes like a week or two off. It's really weird.
Yeah.
But it's like summer break for adults in the winter.
That's nice. Everybody needs that.
Oh yeah. I also just like it because I usually don't take the week off. That way it's only me and like 5 other people in the office. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So we did our 20-minute sprint. So I guess we'll do a 25-minute sprint. If you guys are up for it, let us know in the comments. Yeah.
I hope no one's judging me for eating right now.
Oh no, I'm just judging you because you didn't share.
Hey, I did. You guys missed it. I went like this for Mandy to try and feed her popcorn. Here, open your mouth, Natalia and Mandy. I'm gonna do it. Boom.
Things we do. Okay. 25. Peyton says another 20, 25, 25. Finishing my snack. I wish I would finish my snack. Okay. So I guess we'll jump right into 25 minutes. Let me edit this thingamajiggy. Is everyone ready? Brooke's about ready to take a selfie, or she's vlogging. It's hard to.
I'm vlogging.
I was vlogging earlier too. I don't know if anyone caught it.
I saw it. I kind of made like a stupid little face thing going on. I was just like, oh, she's vlogging. You know what she's up
to. All right. I'm going to start the sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh no. I got to get going.
She's already late.
One more thing and I'm good.
And that's time. Dun, 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 dun. All right, I'm going to see how many I wrote. How many words I wrote.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Oh, I really need to make a mental note of where I leave off.
Yeah, me too.
I do like a little highlighter thing.
Yeah, that'd be smart. Oh, hey! Now, if I did this correctly, not sure if I did because, again, can't remember where I left off. I got 743.
Dang. Gosh, let me try to figure out where I was. How many did I write last time? 519?
Something
Is that right?
like that, yeah.
I think so. Let's see. So I did 596 and then 519. So what is that? I'll just add that up to figure out where I left off.
I wrote over 500 words. It's hard to tell on Google Docs because it's like I can do the word count and everything and see, but on my stupid computer, I'm not able to like. I don't know how it is for other Google Docs on other computers, but I'm not able to like count out like by whenever you're like holding down like, how much you're able to do. I'm not able to count that way.
Because I'm on a Google Doc right now. And I just highlight it, and when I go to tools and then word count, it just in parentheses says how many the highlighted are.
Oh, cool. Thank you so much. I'm going to do that now then.
Gosh. I think I wrote a lot.
You're like so astonished.
Let's see. Let me do it one more time to make sure.
I wrote 487. I thought I was over 500. Okay.
Hey, that's still good, though.
Thank you, Mandy. I didn't know that I could do it that way. I just thought it was my stupid computer.
All right. I wrote 1,065.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Woohoo!
You guys are fast. I am not, apparently.
Again, I think if I was writing like an actual novel, I think my word count would be way lower because I have a hard I don't know. It's like I really have to think more when I write a novel, whereas for nonfiction, I'm finding it's much easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, the scene I'm working on right now is a very like loose, playful, warm scene. So I'm finding it pretty easy to have like witty banter between the characters and a lot of movement going on around them. So that really allows me to like write pretty fast because it's not a really heavy scene.
That's I'm in the middle of a heavy scene right now. That's
Oh, see, all right. I'm curious. Everyone in the comments, let me know what you guys are like. What your favorite type of scene is to write. Because my favorite is emotional scenes. Anything with like high emotion, I don't even have to think about. I just let it go. So I'm kind of curious. So maybe I'm like, well, the heavier scenes are easier for me. I have a hard time with the witty scenes. I think it's just because I feel like I'm not funny.
I love writing dialogue. I feel like it comes out like so easy for me. I don't really have to think so much. Whenever I'm writing more like narration type stuff, it's really hard for me to like write it out a lot. So I feel like this Nano, I've been concentrating more on dialogue and somewhat narration, but like if I know that there's going to be a whole lot of narration I need to come up with, I'm like, I could probably do that later. I need to be
like I remember when I wrote Essence and I Mercy, those characters were like very like secluded. Like there were a lot of scenes where it was just them. And that was so hard to write and so hard to make it interesting. Yeah. It's just like it's so easy for it to be boring. So you have to work hard to make it interesting. Let's see. People are saying action scenes, lots of dialogue, fight scenes, internal, emotional.
That people like to write fight scenes because I feel like that's really complicated for me to write.
I've never in my life written a fight scene, and I avoid it like the plague. Right?
You're like, instead of this person fighting against this person, I'll make them get along so I can avoid writing a
Well, I guess I should say I've done like emotional fight scenes, but not like physical, like combat.
Boom, boom, boom.
I've never. Have you guys ever written a scene like that?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, see, I feel, oh, I've like avoided it because I like whenever I watch movies with like fight scenes, I'm like, oh my God, I can't even tell what's going on. So I don't know the first thing about a fight
I
scene.
feel like it's hard to try and not sound mechanical in your descriptions. It's hard to avoid stuff like that a little bit almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like when I'm writing fight scenes, I try to do like actually the physical movements that are happening, as well as some like inner thoughts about what the character is thinking in the moment, even if those are very brief and fleeting. And I try to like layer it so that it's not just they did this, they kicked like that. You know, it's like a little bit of that that's going on, but then some more information about
Right. Just where it's all balanced.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes me feel weird now that I think about it that none of my novels have had fight scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've had like
well, not every novel needs one, really. It just kind of depends.
Right. It's just weird to think about it now because like it's just weird.
Mm-hmm.
I've never really had those situations.
Mm-hmm.
Come up with a fight scene in your nonfiction novel.
Oh God, that'll be interesting. I'm not sure how to work that in.
Do you have any ideas about what fiction project you would like to work on next?
So I have an idea. It's not fleshed out much at all. And if I do end up going with this, because I'm not sure, because it might be stepping on toes of my family, if that makes sense. Where it might be diving a little too deeply personal. So you guys know that She's Not Here was based off of a lot of stuff that I saw my grandmother go through.
Yeah.
Which is, fine. But there's another family drama, as you can put it, that kind of like sparked a little bit of an idea. And if I do run with it, I don't know if I want to make it like public.
Mm-hmm.
That said Spark inspired this because it's very private.
Yeah. Like write about it, but you don't have to mention that this is based off of true things.
Right, exactly. I just don't want like if my family reads it, because you know how like you. If you know an author close enough, you can see like bits and pieces of that inspiration in there. I don't want that to happen. It's a weird situation. And it's also like I am so enjoying writing the nonfiction right now that I'm really putting the fiction to the side just for now because I really got burnt out with writing She's Not Here.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I feel like writing fiction is a whole nother monster.
Yeah.
It's weird, but yeah.
It's funny how we sometimes will call our novels, whether they be fiction or nonfiction, like either monsters or beasts, even though we love them so dearly, like just like torment us at the same time almost.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's funny because my first two books was like a total, I like to say they're like emotion driven. Whereas I feel like She's Not Here was story driven, and now I want my next like novel to be a combination of the two. But to go into that like emotionally driven story base, I have to touch it into a part of myself that I don't always like to, because once you unearth it, it keeps unearthing, and yeah. So if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
I'd like to quickly answer a question that Jody asked. She said, how can you not sound repetitive to your reader when in the beginning of your novel, your main character is being made fun of, and then they're telling a character later in the story? So my answer to that would be if the reader has already seen it happen and they experienced it with your character, then when your character is describing it to somebody else later in the story, I would just quickly skim over it. I wouldn't go through every detail. I would say something like, oh, so-and-so character told, her mother about what happened to her, because the readers already know. So you don't want to insult their intelligence and their memory by acting like they've already forgotten that big moment that happened to your character. So I would just quickly kind of skim over it So the reader knows what you're talking about, and you don't have to like break it down, everything that happened.
Kind of used at the end of a scene where it's like you like say one sentence of the character telling the mom or whatever type of person. You could have it to where it's like, hey, I have to tell you something. And then it moves to another scene or a new chapter or something like that. So that way we pretty much know what just went down without having to read and skim over it all over again.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree with that as well. Because it does get boring on the side of the reader if you're reading the same thing twice.
And then, Mandi, you had a question from Lauren as well.
Yes. Is that the thriller, the best thriller writing tips? Yeah, I see a few people talking about writing a thriller. So I always like to say, think in terms of, I always just think of thrillers as writing the best plot twist if you can, or even just trying to predict what your reader thinks is going to happen and try to do the opposite. So try like planting seeds into their head of something that's going to happen and then don't have that happen. I'm trying to think, like, just, you want it to be fast-paced a lot of the time, but not like too fast-paced, if that makes sense. There's a healthy balance when it comes to writing a thriller. I actually am going to try to do a whole video on it, because that question is a very hard question to just be like, oh yeah, this is the best thriller writing tip. I'd rather like sit down and really delve into it, but I would just say, you know, try to predict what your reader's going to think is happen and make the opposite happen. There's a great novel called Writing 21st Century Fiction by Donald Mass. It's not specifically on thrillers, it's on novels in general, but it's great. So for anyone, whether you're a thriller writer or not, that's my #1 go-to book when it comes to writing fiction. And
I always thought that would be the best fun ever to write a thriller. I would love to do that eventually. But I feel like that is just like a different type of playing field from writing fantasy or like writing YA. I feel like it's like something totally different. And so I'm so happy that you went ahead and did something like that, Mandi. I feel like that's a different way of writing. I don't know. It just is a different genre.
It definitely is, but I try to keep in mind that like people think thriller, and for whatever reason they think thriller is always like a murder mystery, which it is sometimes, but it's not all the time. Thriller can just be the type of feeling you get when you read the book. So, because I've had some people that read She's Not Here and they're like, this isn't a thriller, but I'm like, it's a medical thriller. It's you know, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's not like, you know, that the whole time it's like you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, she's doing this medical experiment, and that's the thriller part of it. You don't know what she's gonna do next. Like, she's doing these stupid things because she's losing her mind, and that's the thriller part of it. So I always try to keep that in mind, because thriller is just such a broad genre. Unfortunately,
there's so many subgenres out there that's thriller.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a very competitive genre as well. I didn't realize how competitive just the medical thriller genre was, because before I started writing this book, I didn't know medical thriller was a thing, until I had like my professor read it, and she's like, "Oh yeah, this is medical thriller." I'm like, "How? How is it medical thriller?" Because I'm like, I'm not a doctor. But just because it's set in a hospital 90% of the time, it's a medical thriller. So.
Where did Natalia go?
I went to get some tea.
Oh.
That's a cute mug.
Yeah, this is Greg's mug. It has little kitties on it.
Oh my god, that's so cute. Okay, so we did a 25-minute sprint. Do we want to do one last sprint and have it be our 30-minute huzzah sprint?
That sounds good to me.
Okay. Does anyone have any goals for how much they want to write 30 minutes?
I want to write, probably 1,000.
Ooh, in 30 minutes?
Yes. I'm gonna have to really work at it.
Hold on, I need to see how many
words. 1,000 the last one too.
Huh?
What?
Did you write 1,000 the last sprint we just did?
Mm-hmm.
See, you could do it for you.
I think I might have to switch scenes though, so I hope I can keep it up.
Okay, so I'm at my total word count for all of NaNoWriMo is at 3,204. So if I can get to 4,000 by the end of the sprint, I will be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And technically, your goal wasn't 50K this month, right? It wasn't like more like 20K or something?
Yeah, my goal was 20K.
Yeah.
So by the end of last week, by yesterday, I was supposed to hit 5,000. So even though I'm only hitting 4,000, that's still a win because I was away at a conference for the whole time.
Yeah, so. For sure.
And realize that if you write your book on a Google Doc, you cannot work on it when you're on the plane.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh well.
Well, that's something that you just kind of like, for some reason, don't think about, because with Microsoft Word and Scrivener, it's like you write anywhere. Whereas even though Google Docs are with Wi-Fi connection, you're just kind of used to writing on different softwares probably anyway, to where like you don't put that together.
Yeah, but that's okay. I hate writing on planes. Planes give me a headache. I usually just sit and watch a movie.
I have every intention of writing on the plane, and I have my laptop. It's taking up so much space, and then it just doesn't happen. I think I try and sleep most of the time.
I get like dizzy when the plane first takes off. I don't know why. I just noticed that when I was flying. I was like, ooh, this is interesting.
Yeah, I do really bad if I'm in like the middle of a plane. I get really, really dizzy and claustrophobic. So I've found that it's best for me if I sit near the front so that I can see like the door and I can see the like flight attendants walking around, and I have a window. That way I don't get too dizzy and claustrophobic, but otherwise it's really bad for me.
Mm-hmm. By the way, real quick before we get started, Natalia, I used to think your mirror was like some type of wall cutout thing. I thought it was like looking into your living room for the longest time. You used to sit in an area of your kitchen where you could see your living room behind you. And so the last stream, I kept seeing the back of your head, and I was just like going, what's that right there? I was just, it was darker. And so I just, see, now you see your back of your head.
Yeah, now you can tell.
I was like going, oh, it's like a wall cut out into her living room. And so I just kept going, what's that thing right behind the top?
Yeah, see, a lot of people thought that too. Yeah, this is a mirror behind me. So see, that's me in the mirror. But you're right. Usually when I'm sitting in the kitchen, there is a wall cut out behind me. So you can
because I'm used to seeing your ceiling beams and stuff. And so, and at one point last time that we were doing this, I kept going, there's like something scary behind the car. It was just like the back of your head. So it was like the back of the head of the girl from The Ring. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, what is this?
Oh
and
my God.
Book, and I was like in this scary zone, and so I was just like going, oh my gosh, what's going on? And then I realized, oh, it's a mirror, never mind.
my worry is that you thought there was a creepy thing behind me and you didn't warn me.
That's
you
true.
were like, back there. You just let me go on and on.
Brooke, you could have even done it in the comments.
What?
You could have even done it in the comments if you're afraid to like say it, because then that it would be revealed that
Natalia, it's behind you.
Exactly.
She's good at reading the comments on like the rest.
You are super good at reading the comments.
That's funny. A lot of people.
Sorry, I just had to point that out. That I wanted to point out that's not a mirror, or that's a mirror, not a wall cutout thing.
It seems like a lot of people didn't realize it was a mirror in the comments.
Yeah,
I'm not alone. Yay! I don't feel too silly now.
I thought the same thing because again, I'm so used to seeing you in like your kitchen where it is an actual cutout. Oh, Kitty, hello.
Hello, cat butt.
Okay, she's just gonna hang out right there for now, I guess.
Better there than on the keyboard.
Yes, absolutely.
Natalia, I think she wants to take over your channel because I feel like in the last few videos she's always been there, especially when she like puts her chin back like this and you scratch it. She's the cutest.
Cute. And she'll like push her little lip out. Like she'll go when I scratch her chin. It's so cute.
Oh my God.
You're so precious, little one. I love her. Yes.
Aww.
I think I even had commented in like, was it Natalia? Was it your live stream that you did this weekend or the other day? Where I was like, I think it was that video. I was like, it wouldn't be a Natalia video without a cat meowing in the background.
Yep. That's exactly it. It's either her or it's Chifa.
Yes.
Yes.
But anyway, sorry for distracting us from writing.
Okay. I think everyone has claimed their goals, so I think we're ready to do our last sprint, our 30-minute sprint. We've been working up to this.
I think I want to try for 800. I forgot if I had set that goal or not.
I don't know. I'm bad at remembering things. Okay. All right. Are we ready?
Hold on.
We're not ready.
Hold on. I have to get is the ambient sounds okay?
It works for me.
Okay. I don't know how the people are able to hear it. Because I remember the other day I had pulled up our old live stream just to see how it all like looked and stuff. And I was like, I can barely hear anything at all on the ambient sounds besides the freaking chewing person from the house.
That was so loud in that one.
Oh, that was so funny. I was just like, I can't hear anything besides the chewer. I think we called it the phantom chewer. That was so funny. But anyway, I'm good now.
Hold on. All right. Ready? And we're doing our 30-minute sprint in 3, 2, 1. It's time.
Mandy, you scared me.
Sorry.
That was fast.
It was. That was. I was getting thoroughly annoyed with myself because I needed a bathroom break, and then Bill came in, and I'm like, "Don't distract me." Let's see. I'm just trying to figure out where I left off.
Did you burn them?
Oh my goodness, I got a lot of words in. Let's see.
I wrote 612.
And what was your goal? 800?
I was off. I took a bathroom break, but I don't think I probably would have been able to write 200 more words or so in that amount of time.
Ooh, I got 932, which means I am just over my 4,000 word mark.
Nice, well done.
Yay!
I wrote, let's see, I'm having to add them up because I wrote in 2 different scenes.
Let's see.
All right, I did really well this round. I wrote 1,474.
Oh my goodness,
Goal 1,000?
Oh, you guys are monsters at typing.
Yeah, my goal was 1,000, and I wrote about 1,400. So yes,
You beat your goal a little bit. It was funny because like at one point I looked at my watch and there was only a minute left, but I still had like a lot of ideas. So all of a sudden I'm like bullet points of what I need to work on.
I think that's completely fine to kind of like have little notes or something like that and have that be counting for Nano.
I totally count them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So how did everyone else do? Did you meet your goal? And then after that, we also need to discuss the total word count for this whole session.
Mm-hmm.
So if people want to start adding up now, so while you guys were doing this live stream with us, add up all those words that you wrote just during this live stream, even if it was part of the part 1 live stream where things got a little wonky. So add up those words and then let us know in the comments what your total word count was for this live stream. And whoever got the highest word count gets a shout out on all our social media stuff. I'm curious because I'm competitive. I'm going to see how many words I got because I know where I left off.
I just tallied mine too. So today I've written 3,654.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
She's proud of you too. She's like, good job. 1,853. So pretty much like Natalia's last writing round of like 1,400 was like almost the entire amount that I wrote today. Natalia, like how do you make it all come out like so super fast? Because I felt like I was typing relatively fast today.
Well, for me, having the pressure of a certain amount of time really helps me. Because where I would typically stop and like reread things or judge my work too harshly, instead I just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I will still pause and go back and fix misspelled words if I do that. Like that's something that I just always have to do is go back and fix like misspellings. But for the most part, I just keep writing. Like I try not to let myself stop. I just go and go and go. And I will have to, there will be stuff that I have to take out and edit, but there's also a part of me that thinks that I write better like this because I'm not overthinking everything.
Yeah.
Because when I overthink things, it just becomes way more difficult.
I would say the same because I noticed there were points because like when you say like my goal is to hit this amount of words by the end of the stream, I was like, I can't stop. I need to hit that goal. And there were some points where I was like, oh, shoot, I don't know what to write here. So then I just write a comment in the document to be like, okay, do this later. Because I know that that's technically too much for me to like write right now. Like I'd have to think about it too much in order to write it. So I just want to move on to something that's a lot faster. Okay, so I'm trying to see I saw someone, I think, if I remember correctly, the name was Tracy. Tracy.
I feel like Tracy's the most.
Yeah, 5,529. So if anyone is over 5,529 words, let me know. I was about 2,500 and something words for this session.
How much was that, Mandy? Did you say that you got?
I got 2,000. Hold on, I'll get the exact number. 2,585 words.
Nice.
I'm so proud of myself. That's the most I've done all month.
That's really awesome. And it's live streams. How fun.
So I don't think anyone beat Tracy. So if that's the case, Tracy, if you're listening, be sure to send us your social media handle and tell us which social media handle it is. So if you want to send us your Instagram, we will give you a shout out on Instagram either today or tomorrow.
Woohoo! That's awesome. 5,000 something words within our time frame of doing this. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Even with the technical difficulties cutting in our time.
I know. Yeah, Phil came up at one point. I don't know if you guys heard. But he's like, "You're still doing the live stream?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, 3 hours? I'm like, "Yeah."
We're on a roll.
Don't interrupt it.
No, it feels really good because like I said earlier, I kind of took the past 2 days off because I knew that today I would be working really hard at this. So like this is really good for me for balance. Because when I know I'm going to be working hard, like on these live streams, then I allow myself to relax a little bit the days leading up to it.
That's true. I noticed I did the same thing because I've been stressed because I haven't been able to write anything, but I've also just been stressed in general. So, So I was like, you know what? Instead of stressing myself out, I'm just going to like relax and know that I'll be writing a lot on Sunday.
Right.
And I've been seeing some people where they're asking about the next live stream. I just wrote it down, but it's slowly going away though. I said the next live stream that we're doing is on my channel. It's at on November 30th at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on my channel. And that's the last day of NaNoWriMo. So we are going to hit it hard for trying to catch up with anything that we need to be catching up on. Or if someone was done with their word count, you can just be pursuing to get bonus words and stuff. So
yeah.
That'd be awesome to get that this year. I've never really had bonus words, except for like, a few sentences over or something. But like to actually have bonus words would be awesome.
I see Tracy has responded with her Instagram.
Cool.
So I'm just going to do a quick screenshot. Perfecto.
Random question, Tracy. Your last name is Glass. Have you watched the Unbreakable series by M. Night Shyamalan? Because the next movie in that Unbreakable series is called Glass, and I'm so stoked for it. It's the follow-up from Split. And so, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for it. And it comes out, I think, in January.
All right. So Sarah asked, will you ladies be continuing the live-ins after Nano? Of course. We need this time together.
I always love these write-ins because I feel like if it's like we would have been hanging out like at a coffee shop writing together. If it feels kind of like that type of environment almost whenever we get together like this. And then we have people that we get to talk to too as well in the comments, and that's nice to connect with everybody.
Kelly's asking what time is the live stream on the 30th? Is it 6 p.m. Central Standard?
Yes, it's 6 p.m. Central Standard.
Yeah, so 6 p.m. Central Standard. We'll also post it on our social media accounts and all that. So if you want to keep an eye on it there, or just subscribe to Brooke's channel and you'll get a notification on your phone if you have the YouTube app when we go live.
That's a really good idea. That is a good idea, right?
Yeah. She's kind of nice. I deal with her.
You're marrying me. You better like me.
I know. Maybe I'll just leave you at the altar. Who knows?
Oh, nice. I guess you really do like Phil more than me.
I've known him longer, technically.
I know. I tease.
I've only met you in person once.
We shared a bed together.
Yeah,
Was Tracy's handle, was that Tracy L Glass? Is that what that was for Instagram?
Yeah, I took a picture of it, so I can send you guys the screenshot as well.
Okay.
Actually, I'll do that now. Before I forget, was there any other things we wanted to discuss? I see some people talking about Song of the Dryad swag. What's that?
Yeah, they're just asking if I have any swag for it. And I don't currently, but I think I will be providing it when I start selling signed copies. It's pretty cool. I had some artwork done. Like there was this amazing artist that did like fan art for it, and she created a Song of the Dryad tarot card. It's a temperance card. So I think I might be providing that with signed copies, that like one temperance tarot card.
That's
it's not like a whole deck. It's just one card.
It's just one card, yeah.
That would be amazing though if you like eventually did get like a whole deck.
Oh, wouldn't it? Maggie Stiefvater does tarot decks, and they're amazing.
Oh, and she's such a great artist too. Does she design them herself? I bet.
Yeah, she's super talented.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's fun, Natalia. I'd like to see like how that turns out. Maybe on a future video you'll get to show.
I'm excited for it too. I've never ever sold signed copies before, so it'll be a learning experience for me as well.
I just started doing it for the first time, and I realized how it was difficult to set up, but once I got it set up, it's like a seamless process.
Really?
Yeah. Because I have it set up. I have a WordPress website, so I use WooCommerce, and I have it set up so like it automatically calculates shipping, and I just print out the shipping label from home. I don't even have to go to the post office, which is great because there's very grumpy people at my post office.
Yeah, mine too. I really don't like going there. I have a Wix site now, so there must be a way to figure out how to do it with a Wix.
I bet there is, Natalia. I'm sure you could just try on YouTube how to do it from there.
Yeah.
You just ask. I think Bethany has a Wix website.
Okay.
I think she does sign books, so ask her.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know if any other author tubers are doing more writing live streams this month?
I know that Becca C. Smith and Kate Kavanaugh are doing live streams, and I've been meaning to watch theirs. Every time that they've got one going on, I happen to like be busy or something. But I know they've got one. Becca, I know that you were here earlier. If you're still here, could you notify people when your next one is?
And Kim Chance and Megan. Oh my God, what's
LaCroix?
LaCroix. I'm like, I almost said LaCroix for some reason.
I get Megan Latour and Megan LaCroix sometimes mixed up.
But those two do Facebook live streams. So like go on their social media and you'll find the link to their Facebook live streams. Who else does? I'm trying to think.
I know that Patchwork Nerd, Alex, she had the other day, and she did a really good job one. She did a really good job doing one the other day. I forgot. I don't know like when her schedule is, but I think she's doing another one this upcoming week. So.
If you guys look in the comments, Tay Buggy just gave a calendar link to a bunch of live streams.
That's cool.
If you go to Brittany Wang's Facebook page as well, I'll see if I can get it pulled up. It's Plotter Life, I think. But she has in that Facebook group, which I'll add a link to once I find it. She has a whole comment section of just people saying all these write-ins. And my internet's just being slow right now. Ooh.
Tay Buggy, thank you so much for sending us this Google Calendar, because now I'm like going, okay, now I know who does live stream to watch.
Is there a lot? I haven't clicked on the link yet.
Because I forgot JLW Reads has one that she does every now so, and then Word Nerds.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Word Nerds. And then the actual National Novel Writing Month account, has their live streams.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what is this? Is this on Eastern Standard Time? Oh, events shown in the time zone Atlantic Time.
I bet it is Eastern Standard Time, Natalia, because the next one, which is for us, which is on the 30th, it's showing it at 7 on here. and ours is technically 6 Central Standard Time. So I think this is Eastern.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
I'm going to put the Plotter Life community or Plotter Life Writers group, which is Brittany and Wang's group, and you'll see a whole bunch of resources in there as well as a whole thread of write-ins. And I think Ryan, Ryan added the link as well. Okay, I was being slow.
And everybody, remember to back up your work as well.
Yes.
Today.
Yes. So yeah, I think that's about it. We're good to sign off unless you guys had anything else to say.
Real quick. Okay. So if anyone watched my latest not my latest, my first day of NaNoWriMo vlog, I talked about how I had those symbols that kept popping up on my Google Doc for whenever I'm typing on this computer. And there were some people who were trying to help me out with trying to fix that. Sometimes I would be able to follow the information, but sometimes it was hard to. Does anyone know what I could do to turn, I think it was like text file edit. What is it that they had said? It's pretty much that I'm like I need to like click on something to not have it be text edit. Am I making any sense right now?
Is it the paragraph button? Is that what you're talking about?
It's like whenever I am typing, okay, so right now everything looks good on my computer, but whenever I pull up my Google Docs on my normal computer, which is a Mac, I'll copy and paste what I have in my Google Doc and put it into Scrivener, and the quotation marks or the apostrophe, they have like a weird symbol that comes up, and I don't know how to switch that off. And so some people have been trying to help me out with it, and sometimes it's hard to follow whenever I'm not talking to someone. You know what I mean? So I don't know if anyone had any words of advice to fix that.
Do you have anything other than Scrivener? Do you have like a Word, like Microsoft Word, that you could paste into first?
I do. I do. I haven't actually put that in just because like I never use Word anymore, so I wasn't even thinking of that.
Because maybe if you paste it into Word, then it would be okay, and then you could copy from Word and then paste into Scrivener.
In my head, I bet it does the same sort of thing, but I'm definitely going to try with you guys on here right now.
Otherwise, does Scrivener have the find and replace button that Word does, where you do like
It does, but the only thing is if I tell it to replace like quotation marks, they might be going the wrong way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's just
Ryan had a tip too.
Say what?
Ryan had a tip. He said, have you tried right-clicking and selecting paste text only?
Okay, hold on. And I saw that, I think Ryan had said that in the comment, and I didn't know how to do that.
I think just when you hit paste, sometimes that little message pops up and you can select text only instead of formatted text.
Is it whenever I'm pasting it from the Google Docs to Scrivener? Is that what he's meaning?
I think so.
Okay, let me try and figure this out.
I don't use Scrivener, so I honestly have no clue.
Where are you? Aha! Okay, here's a part of it with the symbols. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna try and paste it to Word.
We're here to help you.
Okay, so I don't see where it says paste text only. And it's still, even going to Microsoft Word, it's still showing all those stupid symbols. Mm-hmm. And I didn't see a paste text only. Like, when does that pop up? I see paste or paste special. Let me see what paste special is. Ooh, let me see this. Okay, so whenever I say paste special, it says formatted text, RTF, or unformatted text, or HTML format. Let me try.
Try unformatted.
No, it still does it. Okay, now let me try. I'm sorry, you guys, if this is boring.
What about the HTML one? What happens if you paste that?
The HTML one, I think, is what. Okay, so I'm trying all of them real quick to see what all is doing what. So let me try the HTML one. Okay, they all of those options still give me the same stupid symbol.
Maybe it's something with your Google Doc.
Anyone have any suggestions? Because I don't know Google Docs too well. Mandy knows. She's like, yep, she does.
No, I have an idea.
Okay.
What if you do not copy and paste, and on your Google Doc, you save as? So you save it as a Word document. And then you can open it up separately.
Is Greg being noisy?
Yep. Yes, please. Yes.
Oh my goodness, so cute.
Okay, so let me pull this up here. And if people need to, should we end this now and I can just figure this out on my own? Maybe I feel like this is boring for people to watch.
We can't, yeah, because I'm not seeing any other words of advice except what we've already tried.
That's fine. If we need to go, that's fine.
All right, this is what we do, guys. We deal with technical difficulties off screen.
Yeah.
All right.
See,
Well,
writers are all the same. We don't know how to work technology.
no, we don't. All right. So if you guys want to tune in for our next write-in, it will be on Brooke's channel, November 30th, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's all I have. All right. Everyone wave bye. Bye.
Bye.